All right. Welcome back to Blackbird News, where everything is connected. And we are in our temporary Black Bear studios while it's busy being hot. And yeah, I'm just trying to stay cool and have my show not be completely pixelated. Although I'm having issues with my internet today, so you can't win for trying, can you? Well, what's up, everybody? All right, because we are not live on Twitter right now, we are live on Rumble. If you would prefer to watch on Rumble, if you would like to watch the show on Rumble, you can do that. Here's the link. I'll drop it in the Rockfin and the YouTube. Chat rooms. It was a long way around saying into the chat rooms. But you can watch on Rumble if you like. People kind of coming in slow on Rockfin. What's up, Rockfinners? How you doing? Let's see. Just going to look at some of the chats here. Gregory's here, Jazz Farm, Gene, Max. Some folks coming in. All right. Shawnee's here. Cool. All right. Well, good to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Don't know. Let me see if I can look at the Rumble stream. I don't know if anybody's over here on Rumble. Who knows? If you're watching on Rumble, give it a like and all that kind of good stuff. What's going on? What's going on, Jazz? Jazz Farm. Failing crops, Jazz Farm. Is that what's going on? Crap. Thunderstorms in southwest New Mexico. Electricity went off on 4 times because of lightning strikes. Geez, Judy. Sorry to hear that. Well, dang. All right, got a couple folks hanging out on Rumble. Like it up if you're on Rumble. Give me a hello. If you're on Rumble, Old as Dirt is on Rockfin. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into some news of the black bear kind. Deline asks, when's the last time you cleaned your windshield on your car? That's good. It's a good question. By the way, someone asked if there was a place that people could chat 24/7 or when the show's not running. And there is a place where you can chat. It's on Telegram. It's on Telegram. Where are we? Somewhere here on Telegram. So if you want to chat with the Black Bear News chatters throughout the day, we're there. I would the reason why I brought that up is because Deline asked a question, when's the last time you cleaned the car on your windshield? So what I'm gonna try and do is maybe ask a question in the morning or put a question out there for the chatters, maybe as a conversation starter. I don't know. But if you want to go over there, Steph C's around over there. Obsolete Optics are over there. The same people that actually reply and respond to me on Twitter. Maybe you guys don't care about either of those apps. I don't know. Do you guys not care about either of those apps? Who knows? But if you're wondering where the Telegram Black Bear News chat is, and you would like to jump on in the morning or during the day and answer the questions I put forth, or I don't know, bring interesting news stories forth, you can do that. You can totally do that. Here it is. Here it is. There it is. I'll drop that in all the chats. Drop it in the Rumble chat. There we go. Some folks watching on Rumble. It's all good. It's all good. Let's see. Black Bear Newsers. What are we doing? We're looking at my stories are backed up. All kinds of things are backed up. Did you all see the story about a dam in? No, that's not it. Where is this? A dam in Illinois was failing after all the heavy rains and storms and whatnot. And we're going to get there in a second. People had to be evacuated, for crying out loud. For crying out loud. Nashville, Illinois. Hello, slowness, my old friend. Sorry, things seem to be kind of slowing to a crawl here. Illinois dam fails after heavy rains and tornadoes sweep across the state. Storms with heavy rains and tornadoes rattled Illinois, overtopping a dam Tuesday in a southern part of the state and forcing hundreds to evacuate their homes. So this was a couple days ago. Water overtopped a dam near Nashville, Illinois, sending first responders to the flooded area to make sure everyone got out safely. Officials said there were no reports of injuries in the community of 3,000 southeast of St. Louis, but crews were sent to a home where a woman reported water up to her waist. Officials had earlier said about 300 people were in the evacuation zone near Nashville City Reservoir. Shawnee had a thunderstorm in southeast Texas on our way to Louisiana and Mississippi mañana. I'm nowhere near the Pacific Northwest. Okay. Louisiana and Mississippi. Nice. Sounds like y'all are road tripping. Arctic sea ice volume going loco. It says going south. Okay. The volume is going loco? Or how low can it go? How loco can you go? You know where I'm going with that. From AccuWeather, heavy rainfall caused widespread flooding in Ontario, submerging roads, inundating Toronto's Union Station, and leaving over 167 without power. So, Shawnee, Texas hurricane season is too wild for the summer. Yeah, I imagine so. I imagine it is. A Drake's mansion in Toronto got flooded. Drake can't catch a break. When it rains, it pours, literally. This is Drake's mansion. Yeah, that water is all the way inside that building. Comments says something's in the water. Say somebody's using a broom to get the water out. Yeah. It really is Drake's place. Comments blocked. Your comments are not blocked. Something's in the water. Your comments are not blocked. If you're talking about YouTube. Or are you blocked from comment? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Explain. He bought it for 100 million Canadian. Okay. Can't post the truth. Oh, some of your comments are being blocked? Something's in the water. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Gemini, the new YouTube auto deleter blocks. Okay, now I'm beginning to understand what you're saying. Okay. What are you I mean, obviously you can't tell me what you're posting, or otherwise you would post it. Why don't you go to Rockfin, Something's in the Water, and tell me what it is you're trying to say to me? Minnesota, you keep saying Minnesota. Or Rumble. Go to Rumble and tell me what it is you're trying to say, because I think you can post whatever you want there. I mean, this is the trouble with YouTube, guys. I have really millions of gallons of what? I don't know. I mean, you guys could watch on Rumble, or you could watch on Rockfin, where you can post whatever you want. Millions of gallons of wastewater in Minnesota. Okay. Got it. Google it. Okay. Let's see. Creative Experiment says, I went to a Bloomberg Green Festival. Not joking, they were still talking about recycling plastic straws and that Biden's policies are the best. Yes, they are. Investment in green energy is up under Biden's administration, right? They're making so many new solar panels and windmills. It's amazing. YouTube is getting old, y'all. All your comments delete going south? Okay. Okay. Are you guys on Telegram? Are you guys on Telegram? Are you on my Twitter page? You can talk to me on the Twitter page or on the Telegram page. Telegram is less censored than Twitter, right? Because Twitter there's shadow banning and people don't see my posts on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. So go into the Telegram. Y'all can chat there with each other, or you can talk to me there, whatever. That's one solution, other than trying to come to YouTube and get your comments auto deleted. Anyways, I'm gonna towards the end of the show, I'm gonna make an announcement. Anyways, about the future of Black Bear News and where we're all going to hang out. Anyways. Where are we? I've lost myself. Let's keep going. Your comment for you to go to Rockfin was blocked in English? Okay. That's why you said Vamos a Rockfin? Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes total sense. All right, let's keep going. We're trying to cover some news here. More from Toronto. We're going to try and go through some of these posts very quickly because there's other things I want to look at. Motorists navigate through flooding nightmare in Toronto as rain sets a new record since 1941. In China, excuse me. This man is standing on his car drinking. I think trying to get up the gumption to get in there and swim to safety, or he's waiting for somebody to come get him. John Glad, the interest payments has surpassed the military payments. For what? Interest on our debt? All right, so I found a post about Minnesota. Recent incident: a 1,000,000-gallon spill of coal ash wastewater occurred at the Bowell Energy Center in Cohasset, Minnesota on Tuesday, July 16th. Leak has been contained, and Minnesota Power is monitoring potential impacts on surface water and wildlife. I'm sure they're totally monitoring. They're just monitoring it up. You know what I'm saying? They must be very afraid now. Yes, going south. I'm very afraid. I'm waiting for everybody to get here. Well, everybody will see the video later too. Anyways. Well, okay, let's look at this article. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. Something's in the water. Something is in the water. My God. Oh, my God. That's a funny video, though. Duluth-based Minnesota Power says it is working closely with state and federal agencies after an estimated 1 million gallons of coal ash wastewater. That has got to be some terrible shite. Because the water has been in contact with a residual material left behind from the burning of coal, it could contain sulfate or heavy metals. Says the leak has been contained. Estimated 1 million gallons of wastewater. We've ceased the operation of that return line while we investigate the root cause and come up with a plan of sampling, monitoring, and ultimately remediation. Minnesota Power draws water from the lake to help cool the Boswell plant. The utility plans to cease coal operations at the power plant's Unit 3 by 2030, Unit 4 by 2035, and They're going to comply with the state's requirement for 100% carbon-free electricity by 2040. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Deebs. That is not great. You all want to see him dive into the water again? Do we need to see it? I don't know why this tickles me. This video tickles me so much. There you go. In Dubai. Dubai recorded a heat index of 144 Fahrenheit today at 3 p.m. Heat index 144. And the heat index is currently 129 at 5 a.m. local time. Life-threatening. This is from yesterday. 5 a.m. local time, 130 degree heat index. More from China. They're really getting hammered, and I don't know what, nobody's really talking about the collective mayhem that they've been suffering for the last several months. China places 15 provinces on emergency alert as deadly floods make their way north. Okay. Everybody get out of the way. Second, okay. Jesus. Second highest rainstorm emergency alert issued as China enters peak rainy season lasting well into August. Oh, now you're not going to let me read it. On top of all that, China has placed 15 provinces on full emergency alert amid heightened risks of severe flooding with the arrival of this year's peak. It's the arrival of the rainy season. They've been getting slammed, like absolutely slammed. Yes, John Glad. And 11 floodgates open on the Three Gorges Dam, much flooding downstream. Well, let me ask this question. How many years in a row has the Three Gorges Dam had to open their floodgates? I think it's like 3 years running, at least 3 years, if not 4 years. So not only is this happening, is this extreme event happening this year? It's been happening every year for the last several years. That's called a new normal. More from China. This is a wild video. And there's been a lot of these out there, out and about. Huge landslide in Zigui, Hubei, China. The ground is like liquid. I don't know if this is the one that I was. Here we go. That road is gone. Road gone. Let's see. And lastly, from the wild weather files, from Missouri to Colorado to Canada, flash flooding turned roads into rivers and made a mess inside buildings, including a fire station in St. Louis. Damn, people are losing their shit, right? Deebs, your mom lost her house to flooding. Jazz Farm losing crops. Shit, man, shit is getting real. Shit is getting real, and it's getting real for everyone. Between losing gardens and dodging a motherfucking grass fire, it's been a hell of a week. I'm sorry to hear that, Jazz Farm. Sorry to hear that. That really freaking blows, and I know that's an understatement. And I hope you can recover. ASAP. Have I seen coal fly ash in person? No, I haven't. I have not. All right, let's look at this post from Sarah Connor. This is a pretty good one. It's an article from Sarah Connor. Ooh, guys, I'm losing steam. I don't know what it is. I'm exhausted. I'm sure it's the heat. Partially the heat. It's supposed to be 96 tomorrow, 97 the next day. Yeah, Schultze, it is real shit. It is real shit. What are we doing? We're looking at this, and we're looking at this. Okay. First rule of collapse, why we don't talk about the elephant. Let's look at this article. The polycrisis is the most important issue facing humanity. Not the election, not the Middle East, not inflation. These issues are all intertwined. But the driving forces behind almost all of our current and future problems, war, polarization, wealth disparity, etc., are biosphere collapse and resource scarcity. So why don't I talk about it? Despite my writing on this website and Twitter, I don't discuss the state of civilization much with my friends, family, or colleagues. This is precisely why I began writing about it. There are many like me, deeply concerned about the future, obsessed with the damage humanity is inflicting on the planet, but unwilling or unable to talk about the topic with friends, family, or colleagues. I make the occasional remark to test the waters, but never have I had the opening to let it all out. Many of us carry the weight of this burden, yet keep it to ourselves. So why are we more comfortable discussing the Ukraine war than the elephant in the room, which is arguably the cause of the Ukraine war? Well, I don't know about that. Come on now. While the Ukraine war has a potential end scenario, collapse is unsolvable. To talk about the collapse is to acknowledge collapse and therefore give weight to our potential extinction. I mean, let me go back to that point. Biosphere collapse is the cause of the Ukraine war? I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, yes, the United States empire wants to control everything when things collapse, right? We know things are falling apart, and they're falling apart really soon. So the United States wants to be everywhere and have control of everything. But they're also kind of just doing their, they're doing the playbook of using a proxy war as a means to further the empire, as a means to further their agenda, and all, as a means to money, et cetera, on and on and on. Anyways, I think there are multiple reasons why Ukraine is happening, and Israel, by the way, and Gaza. So whatever. Let's keep going. But somewhere in there is ultimately biosphere collapse. Sure, it's in there. It's not the cause of it, though. It's not the cause of it. Anyways. John Glad says wars for the last few remaining resources will continue till full collapse. I agree with that. And I think that's, one of the reasons why the U.S. is out there trying to be everywhere, and why they're focused, why they're looking at China too, right? I don't think it's going to work out well for the U.S. though, because as we've already seen, our resources are stretched and limited. Our ability to be everywhere and control everything is very limited. And there's consequences. It's called blowback. Unintended consequences of your shenanigans. It's called blowback. Shawnee, do I think Biden's going to make it to November? I don't think so. I don't think so. But man, it certainly has been a rough time. Anyways, let's stay with this article. You don't really talk about a terminal cancer that leaves someone with 3 weeks to live. You find ways to comfort them and you let them vent. Importantly, you spend quality time with them. Terminal cancer isn't a problem to solve. In such an example, however, it's not a mutual problem, and the listener's role is clear. When the terminal diagnosis is shared, despair is often silent. Another reason we don't share our fears is the risk of ostracism. Most of the world serves the very corporate machine that is killing us. Many people's livelihoods depend on maintaining cognitive dissonance about the damage being done to the environment. Complaining about collapse undermines most individuals' very existence. Nobody wants to hear that not only have they wasted their lives, they've actually contributed to the environmental holocaust. Nobody wants to hear that. Many unknowingly, but only because they choose not to know. Broaching the subject of collapse, even with someone you know well, is an opening to conflict. It is seen as an attack on their choices. Much like other non-mainstream communities, the collapse-aware stick to our corner of the world where we know we're understood and respected. Finding that corner is a challenge. I created this community, collapse2050.com, and my Twitter presence so we can commiserate and share with others worldwide. Our community is catharsis for those with no other outlet. The online nature provides the opportunity to enter and exit the conversation when mental health demands a break. But it's good to know the community is always there if we or I need it. For some, that is not enough. For those who desire verbal interaction and can afford it, working with a collapse-aware therapist might be beneficial. I've worked with a therapist in the past for work stress, and it's a great release to find someone who must listen and engage without arguing. Therapists can also help you cope with intractable problems by providing tools for managing your reaction. We can't control the world around us, but we can control how we react to it. Ding, 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 ding. I'd also recommend building physical resilience as a means to mentally cope. Improve your health and strength. Grow food, fix things, help others. The combination of physical and mental activity can help provide a purpose and release the bottled stresses. Who knows, maybe it'll also buy you some time. It's strange to think we're all stuck on the same sinking boat, yet hesitant to talk about what's happening. Was it like this for past civilizations like today? I imagine that people in the past openly discussed the observable symptoms of collapse, but rarely addressed the systemic issues causing it. Another bad harvest. The rain washed away my family's home. I can't afford to live anymore. But never the possibility of all these things are worsening symptoms of a greater catastrophe. Historians look back at these past civilizations as if they're mysteries. Meanwhile, we're repeating the same failures today, distracted by acts of redemption and misdirection until civilization dissolves entirely. All right. Good little short piece from Sarah Connor there. And that's actually a really good segue to something I wanted to bring up. I've been doing this channel for a long time, for years, almost every day for like 7 years. And I do this channel because it's a release for me. As well as a place for other people to, share, commiserate, whatever, talk about things that we all care about. However, I think I'm going to try and like change up a little bit of how I do Black Bear News, because I am overwhelmed with like life stuff right now. So, and I kind of want to do other things like writing. I want to produce like different kinds of videos. And so I think I'm going to stop doing a live stream every single day on Blackberry News. I'm going to do it once a week now. So if you are seeing this now, great. If you see it later, great. Just know. So today, Thursday, 4 p.m. Thursdays at 4 p.m. will be the day I do a live stream on Black Bear News. I'm going to do one Black Bear News weekly. Yes, Telegram. So I'm going to do one Black Bear News live stream a week. So please look for that. Look forward to that. Be here for that if you can. I'm going to do, I did an upload the other day, so I'm going to keep doing like uploads during the week, throughout the week, kind of random uploads. So, stay tuned for those uploads as well. I'm going to be doing stuff on Twitter. I'm going to be doing stuff on Substack. I'm going to be doing stuff on Telegram. But Telegram, guys, the link is in the description box of all the channels that I'm broadcasting on right now. So just go find, and I dropped the link in the chat box. So if you don't know where the Telegram is, that's a place where people can get together and chat as Black Bear News. Okay. So, also follow me at Black Bear News, the #1 on Twitter. If you want to, you can engage with me there. So also, yeah, I just, I have a lot of projects I'm working on, and I can't, doing a daily live stream, it just like, takes me out of the day, out of at least a couple hours a day. And, man, I need that time to kind of like get some other things done. So yeah, once a week, Thursdays at 4 p.m. That will be the new time of Black Bear News live streams, but there'll be stuff throughout the week on Twitter. I'll be on Telegram. We'll be on I'm probably going to be doing, Rumble, Rockfin, and YouTube for now, as far as the live streams go, and also the uploads. So, go follow me on Rumble, go follow me on Rockfin. One of the other reason why I'm kind of doing this is because I don't know. It's a combination of being like shadow banned and, having a difficult time, kind of fighting against this wall of censorship that I'm receiving all the time. So I'm trying to look for a way around it, and I'm trying to find other ways to kind of reach people, because I feel like I'm just talking to the same, no offense. I love talking to you guys, but I feel like I'm talking to the same 20 or 30 people every single day, and I can't break out of this box that I'm in. So, it feels confining, restraining, and frustrating for me to keep doing this and have my reach feel like it's dwindling, every day. It just feels like, it just feels very, very disheartening. One other thing, I'm going to be also focusing on my other channel, Brain Fallout, where I'm talking about, news and regular events and, daily events, news events, other things than what we're talking, other things than climate change, right? So if you are interested in that, go to @FalloutBrain. That's my Twitter handle. You can follow me on Twitter there, or you can, watch my show. That's every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. is Brain Fallout. You can watch that show on Wednesdays. So that's my news. Appreciate you guys, always being here and always hanging out with me every time. And, I'll definitely see you next week. What else? I'm also planning, I want to do a couple more book readings. I can't really get to those very regularly, and I kind of like those, and people like those too. So anyways, that's about it. If you guys enjoy this show, and if you want to see more content from Black Bear News, it would be really helpful, if you feel like donating financially, helping financially, supporting the show. I can always use your support. There's links below. There's all the direct donate links. There's the coffee, the Venmos, the Cash App, the PayPals, the Zelles, etc. So I appreciate you guys, everybody who's contributed to the show and keeps contributing to the show. I have regular Patreoners, and thank you all the Patreoners. Let's keep going. I'm going to keep posting stuff on Substack, not Substack, but on Patreon, right? So I'm going to keep posting things on Patreon. So I appreciate your support on Patreon. Thank you guys. So that's what's up. All right. Got a couple more minutes here. Let's look at this story about some Just Oil protesters in England receiving kind of insane sentences for their protests. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm not going away. I'm not going away. I'm just not going to do a live stream every day, but I'll be here. You'll see uploads from me, through the week. So I'm just not going to live stream every day. That's all. But you're going to see my face all the time. So it's not really going to change too much. Let's see. From Leon Simons, what the FERC? A 5-year jail sentence for conspiracy to cause public nuisance. Four sentenced to 4 years in prison. Nonviolent protesters end up years behind bars, while those most responsible for wrecking the livable climate make record profits. 5 Just Stop Oil activists receive record sentences for planning to block M25. Campaigners received longest ever sentences for nonviolent protest after being convicted of conspiracy to cause public nuisance. What the hell? I mean, you do notice that they are trying to. They're coming down on protesters of all stripes, right? All political stripes, left, right, and center. They don't want you protesting. That's why they're censoring you on YouTube. That's why they're censoring you on Twitter. That's why they're censoring you on all the platforms. They want you to be quiet and take it. So that's, and it doesn't matter whether you're interested in climate change, in environmental breakdown, or in political shenanigans. If you want to see change in how you are governed, right, and how things work for you or not work for you, they want to shut all protests down. And this is evident in the way that they're sentencing protesters these days and the way that they're being treated, right? 5 Just Stop Oil activists receive record sentences for planning to block M25. Campaigners receive longest ever sentences for nonviolent protest after being convicted of conspiracy to cause public nuisance. 5 supporters of Just Stop Oil who conspired to cause gridlock on London's orbital motorway have been sentenced to lengthy jail terms by a judge who told them they had crossed the line from concerned campaigner to fanatic. Say what? Say what now? No, I mean, Max, I'm not going to, I'm doing, if something is important, something important is happening, I'm not going away. My channel's not going away. I'm just not doing a live stream every day. But if something happening is important, like I'm going to do a stream. Like I'll talk about it. I'm always talking about this stuff all the time. Creative experiments. My mom doesn't believe me that Obama and Biden approved more oil pipelines than Bush or Trump. Yeah. Yep. Well, that's another thing, guys. The reason why I would also like to concentrate more on one of the reasons why I'm shadow banned, and also one of the reasons why I'm having a difficult time with the Black Bear News channel is because I have a really difficult time talking about real, like, news worthy events, right? Like there are a lot of people who are into climate change who don't want to hear the news. They don't want to hear the news. They don't want to hear that Obama and Biden approved more oil pipeline. Like a lot of people that are into climate change are very I don't know. They're very just myopic about how they look at things, political things, right? They don't want to hear anything outside of particular lines. And it's frustrating for me. It's frustrating for me to do this show and not be able to talk about other things that are important and have people kind of like tune out because they're like, well, you're not talking about climate change. And that's also one of the reasons why I'm being shadow banned so hard, is because they don't want people coloring outside the lines, right? If you're a good little climate change person, right, a good little climate change journalist, and you just talk about climate change and all things climate change and all things Democratic Party, or good job Democrats, right? If you stay in your lane, well, then you're okay. But if you color outside the lines, like Jem Bendell got kicked off of Twitter. Jem Bendell got kicked off of Twitter. You know why he got kicked off of Twitter? Because he colored outside the lines. They don't like that. They don't like people doing that. So I'm trying to find other ways to deal with that. It's just frustrating for me to feel like I can only talk about climate change. And if I go outside the lines, then I'm punished for it. It's very frustrating. So I don't know. Maybe it might be better to come from another direction, right? Talk about news and every once in a while slip in some climate change. I don't know, man. Yeah, Gene, like last year, Jem Bendell got kicked off of Twitter. And you know why? Because he was talking about COVID vaccine. He was talking about COVID. He was talking about things that were outside of the liberal, approved rules of engagement for climate changers and liberals. That's why. It's absolutely why. And so, yeah, it's very difficult for people who are, trying to be inclusive of all these issues, right? And try to cover them with some perspective. They just don't like perspective. They like cults. They like people being in cults, right? You're in the near-term human extinction cult, or you're in the climate change cult, or you're in the right-wing cult, you're in the MAGA cult, you're in the, Trump cult, you're in the Biden cult, they want you to be in a cult, and they don't want you to be, out. They don't want you to look at things, right, with some kind of, right, with perspective and from all sides and look at things, with data and evidence. They don't want that. Rules-based narrative, exactly, Deebs. So I'm having, for now, Gene, yes, Rumble is a better platform. This change for me might also include, again, one more time, leaving YouTube. It's hard because, again, I tried to leave YouTube before, but everybody was like, where did you go? And I just spent days and days and days telling people that I went somewhere else. And nobody wanted to break outside of the YouTube box. That's why we're all on YouTube right now. So I urge you to go over to Rumble, follow Black Bear News and Brain Fallout on Rumble. Go over to Rockfin, make sure you're on my Rockfin page, and I'll let you guys know if I'm anywhere else. Right. Anyways, yes, creative experiments. Exactly. The Democrats are doing the bad worse than the Trumpers and the Bushes. Why? Because they can get away with it. Because people are like, la, 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 I don't want to hear it. La, 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 la. No, Biden is the best. His infrastructure bill is the best. They're making more jobs, more green jobs. La, 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 la. Right? That's how people think. Not only that, YouTube is censoring people's, how are we going to be over here chatting if you're getting censored? Go over to Rumble and we won't get censored. Or go over to Rockfin. Rockfin's even better. Rockfin is even better because there's no ads. And for now, Rockfin is better. There's no ads and they're really free. They're very free. Anyways, well, Roger Hallam was part of this too, by the way. He's in jail again. I mean, bully for Roger Hallam, man, for putting his money where his mouth is. Rockfin has a dark screen, Deebs. It does. Pretty sure it does. I'm looking at Rockfin right now, and it has a dark screen. I don't know. Yeah, it does. It does. And I'm pretty sure Rumble does too. Yeah, I'm looking at Rumble. It has a dark screen. You were on Rockfin, but no one else was there? Well, get on in there. Guys, if I'm not trying to look at all the chats on YouTube, I can look at these other channels and respond to you. But yeah, there's people on Rockfin. I see 8 people watching on Rockfin. We can get more in there. Of course we can. There's like nobody watching on Rumble, but that's okay. I've been on Rockfin for a long time, and Rockfin is actually pretty cool. Old as dirt, they want to drain you of your energy. Exactly. It's working. It's working because it's fucking demoralizing. It's fucking demoralizing. And it's making me go like, well, I can't keep doing this every day anymore because it's just, it's starting to become a drag. Anyways. Roger Hallam, Daniel Shaw, Louis Lancaster, Lucia Whitaker, De Abreu, and Chris Cressida Gethin were found guilty last week of conspiracy to cause a public nuisance for coordinating direct action protests on the M25 over 4 days in November 2022. Hallam received a 5-year sentence on Thursday. God dang it. 5 years, y'all. He received a 5-year sentence on Thursday, while the other 4 were each sentenced to 4 years. The sentences are thought to be the longest sentences ever given in the UK for nonviolent protests, exceeding those given to the Just Stop Oil protesters Morgan Trolin, 3 years, and Marcus Decker, 2 years and 7 months for scaling the Dartford crossing. All 5 had spoken on a Zoom call trying to recruit potential volunteers for the actions, which involved activists climbing the gantries at strategic points on the London Orbital motorway. You know, the gantries are the signs, right? I just learned that today. You can use Rockfin on Brave. I use Rockfin on Brave, guys. Rumble on Brave. Brave is pretty good. On the call, Hallam said they intended to cause the biggest disruption in British modern history in an effort to force the government to meet Just Stop Oil's core demand and end to new oil and gas exploration in the North Sea. Well, that didn't work, did it? I'm not saying you shouldn't try, but they're going to keep on doing it. Let's see. Passing sentence on each of the defendants at Southwark Crown Court. Judge Christopher Hayer said the offending of all five of you is very serious indeed, and lengthy custodial sentences must follow. Hayer admitted there was a scientific and social consensus that human-made climate breakdown was happening and action should be taken to avert it. But no. You should not block traffic. You know, the thing that's helping to cause climate change. Shouldn't block it. You shouldn't stop. You shouldn't get in the way of industrial civilization, even if industrial civilization is the thing that's causing your death. You just shouldn't do it. Let's see. I acknowledge that at least some of the concerns motivating you are, at least to some extent, shared by many, he said. But the plain fact is that each of you has some time ago crossed the line from concerned campaigner to fanatic. You have appointed yourselves as the sole arbiters of what should be done about climate change, bound neither by the principles of democracy nor the rule of law. And your fanaticism makes you entirely heedless of the rights of your fellow citizens. You have taken it upon yourselves to decide that your fellow citizens must suffer disruption and harm, and how much disruption and harm they must suffer simply so that you may parade your views. How dare you? What an ass. My God. My God. I'm wondering if they're going to be forced to serve all the entire sentence. Michael Forst, the UN Special Rapporteur on Environmental Defenders who attended part of the trial, issued a statement at its conclusion. Today is a dark day for peaceful environmental protest in the UK, he said. The sentence should shock the conscience of any member of the public. It should also put all of us on high alert. Sorry, I lost my phone, guys. We should put where are we? Should also put us all on high alert on the state of civic rights and freedoms in the UK. Rulings like today's set a very dangerous precedent, not just for environmental protests, but any form of peaceful protest that may at one point or another not align with the interests of the government of the day. Greenpeace UK's program director Amy Cameron said, "What sort of country locks people away for years for planning a peaceful demonstration, let alone for talking about it on a Zoom call? We're giving a free hand to the polluting elite, robbing us of a habitable planet while jailing those who are trying to stop them. It makes no sense. These sentences are not a one-off anomaly, but the culmination of years of repressive legislation, overblown government rhetoric, and concerted assault on the right of juries to deliberate according to their conscience. It's part of the mess the Labor government has inherited from its predecessor, and they must fix it by giving back to the people the right to protest that's been slowly taken away from them. Separately, on Thursday, 3 airports were granted high court injunctions against fossil fuel and environmental activists protesting at their sites. Leeds Bradford Airport, London Luton Airport, and Newcastle International Airport were given injunctions banning protesters from trespassing or causing a nuisance. Yes, Gregory, Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific will be the time of the next Black Bear News live stream. But I'll be posting some throughout the week. Just check in on the channel or on the channels, the Black Bear News channels. Just check in because I'm going to be posting some uploads and different things. Just not live streams. That's all. It's just a bit of a change. It's not a major change. Give me 1 second. You probably can't hear me. I just wanted to make sure, you like the mint? You like the mint background? Yeah. Is that what you're talking about, JMW? I want to make sure that I thanked anybody that I needed to thank. Shawnee, thank you for the Venmo. I really appreciate you. Shawnee sent me a Venmo. Laura Baza tipped me on Rockfin. She says, you do good work. Keep it up. Don't lose hope. I will never lose hope. I'm just changing it up, you guys. Just, Shawnee said, thank you. You inspire. Thank you, Shawnee. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Rockfinners, for hanging out today. Let's see if checking in on Rumble. A few people watching on Rumble. Thanks for watching on Rumble, y'all. Thanks for being here. All right, guys. Cool. Thank you. I'm going to see you all next Thursday at 4 p.m. Also, Brain Fallout is on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. on Rockfin and Rumble. Oh, you're having an OS talk. Okay, I got it. Yes. The color of my wall is kind of minty. What was I going to say? But, check in. There's still going to be Black Bear News uploads throughout the week, so I'll still be here. Just not live. That's all. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for your eyes, your ears, and your conscience. And until next time, peace.